Hello, welcome. What is good, guys? Tone here, and we're back with some more Path of Achra, which I had enjoyed quite a bit on our first look we did recently. Had a short break here, but longer. I usually release parts of the same like little video series, game series, one day at a time. But had a bit of a break here, so picking this back up a few days later with our blood build, which was doing quite strong. We got through the first map, conquering the obelisk, and it seems like we have reached another map. What are my options here? My sound actually looks a little higher than I was anticipating. Let's see, we should pick up where we left off. Uh-oh. No, this is our character, okay. It's weird that it showed our full thing here. I thought it was going to have me make a new character, but no, we're good. Right where we left off, we were on like the second loop or whatever this might be. Shimmering Void, is that a new area than we were in before? I think it might be. Let's take a look at what we need to destroy. Some of this equipment. I actually wonder if there's like a cap here. So we're like stacking bleed and stuff, so we'll keep anything that adds bleed. Things that attack multiple targets work well for our build. Just a reminder for people tuning in. We have Blood Retort. When we stand still, if enemies are alive, we deal 25 blood damage to ourselves. And on being dealt 15 or more damage, we deal blood damage in a path to an enemy. And we have an ability, this deals slashing damage to ourselves, which is unaffected by resistances or increases. So this increases, procs this. And this is on attack, and it also deals blood damage to adjacent units. This one on dealing blood damage to an adjacent unit heals ourselves. So we have a lot of like interactions proccing each other, a lot of strong synergies here. This one on being dealt physical damage, which again we deal to ourselves. Deals blood damage to adjacent units, which again heals us. So a lot of synergy just between those three skills. This one on hit deals or applies bleeding to the target. On applying bleed damage, we deal blood damage in a path to a number of enemies based on the level. So we're just like dealing lots of blood damage. We're reaping you know, multiple benefits from every proc of blood damage. On applying bleed, all kinds of stuff, and we invested enough points into our blood magic here that we got a prestige class, the Blood Mage, which on game turn / standstill / self damage. The self damage is something we do a lot. We apply bleed to all enemies in a 3-tile range. And again, on applying bleed, we deal blood damage to more things, so lots of stuff going on here. And these give us like a little bit of range / AoE action going on. Yeah, we actually self-damage twice, so I think this is getting procced multiple times when we attack and deal this. Do we do blood damage to ourselves? I thought we did somewhere. Yeah, here we go. On standstill, if enemies live. Oh, we don't stand still a lot though, because I don't think attacking counts as standing still. So we're mostly dealing damage ourselves with this. And this prestige class was a cool thing. I saw a list of all the prestige classes. I don't know if that exists in the game. It might be in the like the guidebook or whatever, which I completely forgot to look at. So there might be some more information for us to glean from reading that, which maybe we'll do later. It doesn't look like I can do it easily from the middle of our run. But there's another blood-related one which requires 30 points in blood and then 30 points in martial skills, which I'd be curious to see if we felt like trying to spec into that. I don't know how many points we're going to get. Is there anything else we want from blood? I think 3 is kind of a good skill level for a lot of these skills because of the way diminishing returns work. Now this one just like adds like a straight up target each time you level it up, so it's not always diminishing returns. And then like getting more heal is quite nice. Let's see. This one on hit just heals yourself. That's actually pretty... Oh, but this is one that does more damage taken. So you really need to be hitting more than you're taking damage for that to work out, I think. This summons Blood Acolytes. This applies bleed damage to adjacent allies. That applies bleed, which is good for some of our skills. And then on dealing blood damage to an ally, you heal yourself for the damage dealt. This is like a way of like healing and getting some like cannon fodder. And these guys on ally heal, you heal yourself. These inherit our hit and current life and heal on attack. Oh, we have a lot of life, don't we? That's pretty strong. They heal on attack, and then we heal ourselves when they attack, or heal themselves. Interesting. It's really interesting. This is a cost 6 skill. So I could totally live without these, although I would be curious about trying to spec into them. But if we wanted to see the other prestige class, we can start looking at Martial, which I think was one of the ideas we wanted to do at the beginning, but I got so invested in the blood stuff, and which has been quite good. So we can start looking at Martial maybe, if we want to see if we can get 30 points into that at some point to maybe try and get that other prestige class, which I don't know what it does, but it'd be cool to check out. But yeah, I'll just say that for now. We can take a closer look at that when I get a few more skill points to actually invest in something. And the other things that we are getting here are we deal 30 fire damage in a path and 30 lightning damage in a path for each fully charged prayer, which we have 3 at the start of every round because we are a zealot, so we get 3 charges to each known prayer. Our prayers have caps of 3 charges right now. We also get this attune thing going on, which we also get +5 attune for every fully charged prayer, and then 5 at the beginning of a level. And this gives us +10 hit and +10 armor per attune. So, pretty good stuff there. All right, well, let's go into our first zone here. We gaze on the passage of blue stars. We sense you dimly perceive a vast bulk moving between the stars. Violet demons dwell here. You'll find a jagged executioner's blade. So this is cool. We're in like a whole new like biome kind of. Alright, what are these things all about? Fighting like demons of the void now, instead of like the kinds of enemies we had before. Some huge resistances, so cross-classing could become important soon. Instead of relying mostly on blood damage here. On kill / ally death, +5 speed and dodge. It gets stronger too. Just keeping a track on our health here as we go through. Hey, that was not too bad. Our glory rises. Oh, this was like up here. We gained some just by going through the door, it looked like. I was really liking raising our will a lot, because this gives damage dealt and also healing, a chance to recover from harmful effects. I've really been enjoying our will. Alright, I'm feeling like we can just race through this a bit, so I'm going to keep doing that and just keep an eye on our health. Not too bad. I forgot to heal at the end of the level there just because I was mashing the button a bit too much. We have something new here. A green demon. Attacks with poison. So poison seems like an effect where having a high will means we can clear that poison before it gets out of control. Because again, will is doing 1% chance on game turn to recover from each harmful effect. Note that a game turn is not every action we get. There's like a speed modifier. Why is our speed low actually? No inflexibility. I guess this is our normal speed. Red, I thought maybe meant it was low. Something might be lowering it. But we have base inflexibility and we're not over encumbered, so those aren't impacting it. Alright, we're about to pick up an item here. We actually can't, because our inventory is full. Okay, so let's start removing some stuff. Whoops. Destroy. We're not gonna mess with this like death stuff, even though it did look kind of cool. I mean, these are like stat sticks for resistances, but I don't know. We had some cool gear for like death stuff, but these are too heavy for what we're going for. We'll get rid of both these void items. We have a lot of stuff that we could kind of spec into that did poison damage, but keep all the blood stuff. This was kind of cool. On Shrug Off or Block, remove Entangle, Freeze, Sickness, and Bleed from self. That feels pretty solid. It just removes a lot of those nasty effects. Shrug Off or Block. Our block is 53%. I think the Shrug Off is based on our armor, which we have quite good armor. That's worth looking at. That pairs extremely well with this, which gives you plus block for every separate effect. So you have a lot of effects, you get block, and then blocking removes them all. This is a really cool synergy right here, actually. Probably not one that we'll spec into, but pretty neat. This one teleports you to an ally. That's kind of cool. And you get 5 stasis, which prevents teleporting again, so you can't spam it. I'm gonna remove these pants. We have enough blood resist just from having skill points into blood. I think we're at 66 base. That's 2% per skill point. Oh no, that's enough for now. Damn, that thing looks sick. What does this do? Resist death on attack, deal death damage to a target. Damage equals total enemies times 100. Wow. Seems really cool. Let's heal. Shining red shield, an axe willforged by a divine warrior, a bladeless blue hilt. I'm going up here because it's more of these guys. Those guys were pretty easy for us in the last area. I wonder if they get stronger as you advance, or if they always have the same stats. I'm gonna keep pumping up my will. What do these things do? So blunt, no blood, anything. They can recover from the bleeding. And they apply freeze. Gotcha. Some kind of like indicator tiles here. Curious if I... Yeah, that's like a delayed effect. Very cool. We are getting some skills here, so we can start looking at some of these melee things if we want to mix anything in. This one just gives us armor and heals us on entrance, which we don't really need currently. You're fighting with bare fists, not really for us. This gives us armor and block. On Shrug Off or Block, perform a hit against 2 adjacent enemies. That's kind of cool. High encumbrance though. We need a lot of strength to build into some of this stuff. Oh, the hit damage is equal to... It's not with our weapons. It's equal to encumbrance times level. So yeah, that really wants us to have high strength. Pierce damage against enemies over 75% life. That means we have to be doing pierce, I think. We're actually not doing a lot of pierce damage right now. On dodge, you perform a number of extra attacks against an adjacent enemy. This is a way to get good dodge, actually, though, which we don't have right now. 50 dodge and just a skill point there. We can get it, take it a few times. The attack user main hand weapon. this is kind of cool. So we dodge and then we get extra attacks from it. I actually like that. This would benefit more if we were pumping points into dexterity to get more dodge from it. But you can kind of superficially like get that, or artificially get that through this. What else we got here? There's got to be some like really cool stuff. Bonuses per empty armor slot. Heal yourself, extra attacks on being hit. Interesting. -1 in flexibility. That's cool. Speed and accuracy. On step or initial attack, if two-handing a weapon, you perform extra attacks. This one looks really cool. I like this a lot. Stand ground. Perform a number of extra attacks against an adjacent enemy, applying poise to yourself. Poise is extra armor, block duration, accuracy. It's removed on moving, so this rewards you for standing still. We don't stand still that much. War Chant. On entrance, we get thralls, which seem like enemies. Says they're honor-bound axe fighters. On game turn, we apply poise to ourselves and all thralls. None of these really appeal to me, honestly. Should we just go really heavy into the blood? I think we will. I can see where we could, if we started from the beginning wanting to build into both of these things, we could have. But I'm not really feeling that. And we do lightning and fire damage through our religion here. So I could probably find something in these to anything that's like on fire damage would be pretty good. On hit. Dealing lightning damage to a target with 100% life. Perform a number of 100 damage hits against the target. So that's something that we could take advantage from. Because this is like a pretty long range as well, so it will hit a lot of guys that are at max health. Summons. Anything else that's on lightning damage? These would help us diversify our damage sources too, which could be important for us. On dealing over 100 fire damage, apply worm form to yourself. It transforms us into a worm. Some kind of fire worm. Our speed becomes limited to 25, which we're not close to that yet. Attack range set to 1, block set to 1. For duration, apply 2 Scorch to all enemies in a 3-tile range on attack. There's not a huge... Well, I mean, we have pretty good block right now. We would proc that. We would like always be in this form though. I'll go to Scorch though. That's a good damage over time thing, I guess. Attack if you have Scorch. Scorch is an effect you normally apply to the enemies. On dealing fire damage, heal yourself. It's a very low healing. I'm not really feeling too much of these either. I could definitely like spec into this dodge one and check this out. Even though we're not getting full value out of it. I think we could just keep pumping our blood things though. And maybe get by. I'm a little concerned about fighting something that's like completely resistant to blood. That might be a good reason to diversify. But maybe I do want to check out like this blood link thing. I don't know. I'm gonna delay the choice there. I'm tempted to just keep leveling up what we're doing. It's clearly working very well. We just get that red shield is a fire shield. Unblocked, deal fire damage to adjacent units equal to your block. Block is not very high. There's only one choice here. More violet demons, we like that. And a shimmering turquoise lance. Are these resistant to blood? Yeah, 90%. We're not having too much trouble with them though, because of the way our healing and stuff works. Surprisingly. I really like just pumping our will right now. I don't think we'll be able to tank everything that does a lot of blood damage to, or is like resistant to blood, but it's working so far. We do get a bit of lightning and fire damage and stuff from our religion, which helps. But yeah, I wonder if we need to play into that just a little bit, just get a little extra damage from other elements just in case. Necklace of Protective Flame, Green Skull Cap, Shield of Wavering Light. What slots do we want to fill? Our gloves. We have like way too many weapons. This helm seems amazing for us. I think we could replace our armor, our body armor. What about our pants? These could probably get replaced, even though they do apply extra blood damage, which procs some of our stuff. And I don't even have arms, right? Or we have arms. I don't have stuff on my arms. Well, I don't know. We'll try the necklace, I guess. What are these dudes? 30% resist blood. Good so far. I forgot to heal. I didn't need to heal. Okay. Ruby necklace. Being attacked, deal fire damage in a path to a random enemy. The damage is equal to 5 times your will. We have pretty good will. What slot does this take? Is that our head slot? Oh, it's our armor. So I'm replacing this, which gives us good resistances. Oof, possibly much needed resistances. Well, we have pretty good fire. Our lightning sucks without that. We'll keep that in mind if we, because this could help proc stuff in the lightning or the fire tree. Did I ever look at this glaive? Use this astral, deal 300 pierce and astral damage in a straight line. That's kind of cool. We'll keep that armor on though. Got a lot of skill points here. Oh, is this the end? This doesn't extend more. You gaze upon the astrolith. You sense the stars here seem to produce smoke. You feel it burning your skin. Gold demons dwell here. There are sudden flashes of blue light. A golden path seems to form between the stars. A lone figure stands atop the astrolith. Yo, this place is important. We should level something up. The fact that a prestige class exists that costs 30 blood points and 30 martial points makes me think that this does continue on. longer, and that this won't be like the end. Dude, I want to try this dude. It says on game turn. Do we have more than one? Let's see how these things do. Alright, we got one dude. Okay, he gets wrecked. That may have been a supreme waste of points. No, they come back. We're gaining them fast enough, it's fine. I do wonder how much they're like proccing our abilities. This guy... Did you see how much my health dropped? Once I get adjacent, we're good, but oh my gosh, closing that gap is scary. Maybe these allies are really clutch right now just for the distractions, and we can gain more than one. We could actually probably fill the screen with these things if we level that up again. We're getting 2 per turn. This is scary. I'm afraid that I'll die if I move. All these things are ranged, so I think if I sit and heal that it's not going to do anything. And I was just at full health, so if I heal, I'm just going to end up where I am again, essentially. Well, I'm going to hit the move button. I'm going to move up here, which should keep me out of range and line of sight of the most things, but adjacent to this guy, and see if I die or not. Okay, that got me adjacent, which helped, which started proccing my healing. How does that work again? Look at it here. I'm dealing blood damage to an adjacent unit. And we're dealing blood damage when we're taking damage, right? I'm being dealt 15 or more damage. Deal blood damage. Okay. Alright, so we don't actually have to attack while adjacent. Just being adjacent like helps us a lot. And then attacking, like I just did, helps us a hell of a lot. But being adjacent is really important. Now I have a problem here where I'm not adjacent. I think I need the teleporting blade. That's feeling essential here. What do we replace for it? On kill, perform extra attacks. This one applies a lot of bleed, so I think I'm gonna replace this axe with this teleporting blade, where it'll teleport next to the closest enemy and perform an attack if we stand still. Am I allowed to equip that now? Does it cost enemies? No. Alright. This position we're in right now is where I think the real DCSS vibes come into this game, because this totally feels like a DCSS position to me, where you're in a very critical position, you're surrounded by tough enemies, and you need to like make a strong play. I actually think healing could be good here, because there's less enemies near us, and we have an ally here. I'm gonna heal. Yeah, see, I didn't lose any health there. Now we can try and close in. Alright, we're adjacent to you. This is good. I'm just going to move down here to get more adjacent. Some of these blood-resistant monsters, this is getting scary, are actually a little helpful because we can just stand adjacent to them more often. This corrosion is not disappearing. I wonder if this willpower effect, 1% to recover from each harmful effect, is not what I think it is, or it doesn't apply to like that corrosion. This isn't corrosion. That corrosion's nasty. Our block is one, our armor is one. Man, we are so strong when we are adjacent. Oof. That was a tough floor. Incredibly tough floor. I think I have to put on this teleporting weapon. Keep right-clicking on that, which takes you out of the screen. So now if I, on standstill, will teleport to the closest enemy, which feels... I think closing that gap is going to be essential. Now, I have a bunch of things here. If I rest... Okay, that did disappear after one rest. So maybe that is the willpower kicking in. Okay, I think it is. Alright. So I'm going to stand still because it's going to teleport me next to an enemy. Alright, well I'm still at 5 stasis. I don't know why he moved in that direction. But being adjacent to enemies feels essential for our build. How fast does this go away? I thought it'd be like once per game turn. I almost don't even want to kill enemies that quickly, because I want to be able to like walk across like with them to remain adjacent to enemies. Yeah, we had to really slow down auto-attacking button mashing when we got to this area. And these guys are the really problematic ones, so I'm definitely going to use my teleport here. This is so scary. How low my life is getting. Pretty low. I'm afraid how much damage I'll take if I try to move into this guy. I'm actually going to use my heal. Okay, that was pretty good. Oh my gosh. So stressful and sketchy. Can I check this guy out and see what we've actually... I didn't expect these guys too closely. Maybe I should have. Attack with Psychic at close range. I wonder if I could have just put on some Psychic resistance, actually. 4% to recover from harmful effects. They're very resistant to blood. On adjacent attack, deal psychic damage to the target. Dealing psychic damage, half of it becomes slash. This corrosive touch was nasty. I had three points to spend. I wonder if upgrading my heal skill would have benefited us. Maybe we would have survived from that. So I did not have psychic or slash resistance. I wonder if I should have spec'd better for the area, knowing that those guys were a problem. Like this armor would have given us 25% psychic resist, which could have been the difference. This armor was 50% or percent psychic resistant. I should have put something like this on. I felt pretty comfortable with what we were doing, but man, that got... So I don't think I would have done this between levels, and I couldn't do it during the level, so that kind of caught us by surprise, but... yeah, tough enemy. The other thing is, I wonder if popping this would have been enough to kill them. I didn't see how much health they have. Can't inspect them right now to see. Oh, Well, let me see though. I don't know how much health they had. That would have been enough to kill a bunch of them. How do I... leave now? Oops. Let me take a look at the combat log real quick. See what happened on that turn. So we just moved adjacent to one. Yeah, they were hitting us hard. Those hits were causing us to apply bleed. They were doing so much damage, actually. But we were healing a bunch once they started bleeding. They hit so hard. Yeah, I should have put on some resistance when I see these things. So that's how we learn. And I feel like there are specific problem enemies, like those other guys that were doing not psychic damage, they were doing, what kind of damage is it? Astral damage in the other area. Now these guys might have been a cakewalk if we weren't doing bleed damage. But 200, 300 damage per hit, it seems pretty high for anyone. So I think that enemy will always be difficult if you don't have a resistance. So I'm definitely going to keep my eyes out for them. But that paired with their bleed resistance was a pretty bad matchup for us. And I should have adapted a bit to maybe put on some armor that would resist them. It seemed like I was doing fine if I was staying adjacent, but that was not the case this time. They have long range too. These guys were actually pretty tough matchup for us. But dang, that was a lot of fun. This was a sick run. It sucks that we didn't get closer, but I'm super excited to try out another build. So we'll definitely leave this here for now. They just quit. Tivik, the Naki Blood Mage of Hadad, killed by a gold demon inside the astrolith. This must be all the enemies we faced. Day 20 in the first cycle of humility. We dealt a ton of total damage. 1670 piercing hit. Imagine if we did take that 300% pierce damage bonus. We killed 633 enemies, no allies, no help from anyone else. We summoned 17 allies. We apparently killed allies. Look at that healing score. We healed double the damage we took, essentially. Nice. That was a sick build. Another thing that could have benefited was having a higher max life. Because then those turns where we weren't getting healing because we were moving, we would have a bit of a higher buffer there. And it seemed like we were over healing our damage, so maybe putting so many points into will was not beneficial at the end there. And having another 300 life might have been enough just to keep us alive, but very sick run. Really loving this game at the moment. Let's see what we unlocked. Summoner, Priest, Volkite, Cole. The 3 things unlocked. We're still in the first cycle of humility. You achieve victory, a new cycle will be unlocked. So is this always at 8 out of 20? I don't know what victory implies. We don't get to see any of that yet, but we have some new stuff to play with for the next run, which I think we will play some more of this. So, very cool stuff so far. Just background, cool. Leaving that here for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll give my usual reminder that if you guys would like to support this channel and my other work, you can do so over at patreon.com/tonehack. So, oh, this is the last guy that killed us. That was always up here? That's funny. And terrifying. I think that was a coincidence. Maybe when you die, it shows up there first, but that's not always what's there. But yeah, you can support me over at patreon.com/tonehack. You can check out other links in the description below if you want to find my Discord and other stuff. But that's it for me for now for Path of Achra today. Leaving this here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Take it easy, everyone.